Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle book review of Rebirth of the English comic strip. This is Kaleidoscope, 1847 to 1870 by David Kunzle. Now, David Kunzle sadly died very recently, produced a load of absolute classic books, real interesting studies into early comic strips, just staggering amount of research and finding various beautiful, absolutely beautiful artwork. Well, this one's obviously mainly the Victorian period. Let's go through it, but it's cost me £60. It's about 452 pages. You should be able to find copies reasonably easy, I think, online. But some of the other books are crazily expensive. I wish they would be reprinted. It'd be nice to get, but you can find them in libraries. You can certainly check up online, find various sources for that. And you've got obviously a lot of text, but also you've got a lot of examples. There's also some colour examples here. You can see here. So it has got a few lovely quality ones, but also throughout the book, there's all these sort of examples. And these are ones from various things like, I don't know, this one doesn't say, how my rich uncle came to dine at our villa. Now, I'm not certain where that actually comes from, but it could be from any book like Punch or something like that. And you also got an example there of Punch. I love those old Victorian Punch books. And another example there. So you can see there's quite a lot of comic strips that are included. Obviously not Superman comic strips or Batman comic strips, but certainly comic strips all the same. And you can see other examples there. And this one again, probably from another one. Doesn't always say actually the magazine it comes from or anything, or the newspaper or anything. It's just obviously got the name, title of it. And there's other examples here. Now that would be quite nice if I actually included a bit more detail. Maybe as a reference at the back, saying where they actually come from. But you can see again, lots more examples of all the various artwork in the period. Loves martyrdom, as exemplified by the experience of Honourable Capsicum Spoondle. Great name. Loves martyrdom again. Briggs in Punch, and obviously some of them are from Punch, quite a lot. There's John Leach there, again, some absolutely lovely artwork. And many, many other examples all the way through. Now, of course, obviously these things are all from various books from a long, long time ago, 200 odd years. So they're not obviously beautifully restored, but I mean, they're certainly fairly crisp as far as I can see, to my mind anyway. I mean, obviously you probably go back to the original source material, you probably can find it a lot sharper. Obviously the original sources of all the various plates and things probably are long gone, I would imagine. But you can see they are reminiscences of Portsmouth. I have been to Portsmouth, I think, sometime. Southampton, I've definitely been to Southampton, but I don't know about Portsmouth somehow. Yeah, the Blue Water Cure. I don't know what that is, but still, consults Binkle, who suggests a cruise. I imagine the cruise is slightly different from the usual cruises now. It does look a bit, poor guy there is a bit rough on that cruise. Trouble begins when they reach the chops of the channel. I well imagine. I love going on across the channel on those on the ferry. Just amazing. Anyway. Giant's Guardsman, prose poem without words. That's interesting when they put that. A prose poem without words. Weird way of seeing it. And also many other examples. Don't look too much before you leap. Very true. That does look a bit risky, doesn't it? That sort of scenario there. And again, some of them are slightly blurry. Again, I guess obviously the material that's being used, you cannot get totally super sharp quality, but it's still pretty amazing. This one is How Hob and Nob returned home from a Christmas party or something like that. Garrotted. But anyway, again, a comic strip, no less. It's unfortunately not in colour, which would have been nice, of course, but still. I think there's lots and lots of fine examples in this book and an absolutely fascinating read. Rebirth of the English comic strip, a really fascinating book. And like I say, there's lots of other ones as well. The early one is absolutely brilliant. I think it's Early Comic Strips or something it's called, but virtually impossible to find, very expensive. There's also a couple other ones. Cham, I think, is one that comes to mind. And probably also, I can never say his name, one of the very early, the father of comic strips. Never say his name at all. So I'm not even going to attempt to say his name. But still, this book is absolutely lovely. David Kunzle's Rebirth of the English comic strip, really worth checking out.